Good morning and welcome. This is the OGGM on a Tuesday morning here at Site B. It's about 63 degrees, 70 degrees and sunny, but we have a heat wave warning, so it may shoot up. And today is the 40th anniversary of the most... Good morning. Hi, dog. Of the #1 tabletop role-playing game in the world, the most popular role-playing game in the world, and what some many consider the best role-playing game in the world. And shock, it ain't D&D. Sorry, no. It's Chaosium's masterpiece, Call of Cthulhu. 40 years of Eldritch horror, epic storytelling, and charting the course for independent role-playing games that aren't D&D for over 40 years. Popularity-wise, it is usually ranks #1 or #2. And as far as the world is concerned, more people technically play Call of Cthulhu than they do D&D. Yes, Dungeons and Dragons is #1 in the United States. But as for the rest of the world is concerned, and yes, I'm sorry, there are people who play games in the rest of the world. All over. And out of the 8 billion people crawling around this little mud ball, most of them that don't live in the US are playing Call of Cthulhu or other games. So yes, it is the 40th anniversary. Now, happy anniversary, Call of Cthulhu. Now, why would Call of Cthulhu be so popular, rank consistently so high, considering your typical Call of Cthulhu character is going to end up dead, insane, or worse, if not by the end of the game, by the end of the first session? I mean, you've never heard anybody talk about an epic 15-year-long Call of Cthulhu campaign where they played the same character. No. The characters die, retire, go insane, or far worse. Considering that, why is the game so popular? What would be so cool about playing a game where every other session you have to make a new character because the last one went insane? And on the surface, that does seem kind of sucky. I mean, I remember playing Call of Cthulhu a couple times, and even I was like, what's the point? My character doesn't progress. They literally go in the building, open the door, go down the stairs, see something utterly horrible, go insane, become unplayable. Where's the fun in that? And yet, the game persists. The game constantly wins awards. It was Tabletop Role-Playing Game of the Year this year. Again, it constantly influences the industry. It's constantly referenced, it's constantly copied, it's constantly scripted. I mean, how many Cthulhu-related, Lovecraft-related role-playing games are there out there? Tons, and there's still more. What's so popular about the idea, other than our weird fascination with tentacles? And that's a whole different topic. Looking at you, Japan. So why? Well, it is the character development, the story building, the world building, the interaction rules, the depth of the rules and the system that make it so popular. The fact that the system can be hacked to play anything is why it's considered by many to be the best role-playing. Is that a Dragon Ball? No, it's a bottle of alcohol. That was like a Dragon Ball. Why it's considered to be the role-playing game, best role-playing game in the world, because the percentile system for Call of Cthulhu is relatively simple, and it's unbelievably adaptable to any type of setting. It's been done superheroes, it's been done fantasy, it's been done outer space. Let's see what's on the freebie thing. Not much. Yeah, so the systems is, I mean, there's a story that I constantly recite when I get on this topic about one DM who some players showed up at his house like 10, 11 o'clock in the night, wanted to play a vampire game, and he was completely unprepared. He didn't know people were coming over, but he just pulled out Call of Cthulhu, and within a few minutes was able to just use the basic character building rules for Call of Cthulhu to allow them to make the vampire type characters that they wanted, and was off and running within half an hour for running a vampire campaign. That is how adaptable the system is. Add to that the flexibility and the fact that the Call of Cthulhu Chaosium stuff was, you know, spearheading things that we take for granted now. All this whole stupid pillars of interaction and social interaction and character development and backstory and character depth and meaningful character endings and heroicness. That's all stuff that had already been explored in Call of Cthulhu and years ago. There's a reason why so many games companies use Call of Cthulhu as the basis for their games. We've got Call of Cthulhu in space, we got World War II Call of Cthulhu, we got Pirate Call of Cthulhu, we got Ancient Rome Call of Cthulhu, we got Vikings Call of Cthulhu, we got Old West Call of Cthulhu. The system has been used to make superhero role-playing games, multiple fantasy games, modern day games, outer space games, horror games that deal with other things besides Lovecraft, Old West. I mean, it's just an infinitely adaptable system that is, despite its original appearance, very easy to learn. It's percentile, you know? It's a skill-based, percentile-based system. I mean, it looks complex to make a character, but it really isn't. You can make a Call of Cthulhu character in a couple minutes. So yeah, it is the 40th anniversary of the one of, if not the most influential role-playing game, one of, if not the best role-playing game in the world, and one of, if not the top-selling role-playing game in the world. Industry charter. I mean, that is the game people should be talking about when they talk about games that matter and games that, you know, influence other games, and games that deal with social interaction. You know, if you want to play a fantasy game that lives out Gygax's legacy, Castles and Crusades, it's not D&D. If you want to play a game that deals with character development, character interaction, character agency, emotional trauma, and that is also relatively simple and allows you to play anything, including fantasy, it's Call of Cthulhu. So yeah, happy birthday, Call of Cthulhu. Happy 40 years of being the #1 role-playing game in the world. Anybody who says otherwise can suck it. The numbers speak for themselves. That's all I've got to say, other than watch out for tentacles. What is it with you people and tentacles? I'm the GOG-GM. If you appreciate this, let me know. If you don't appreciate this, let me know. If you'd like a deeper look at Call of Cthulhu, let me know. We could maybe do that, since I am touring my tabletop role-playing game shelf right now for all of you. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Until then, get out of my tentacles, you damn tentacles with your tentacles.